yeah, low cash. Yeah. I've been stepped on, left out, talk about. I've been stepped on, left out, talk about. Stepped on. Yeah, I've been stepped on, left out, talk about. Homeboy got me shot for free. Do you know the feeling down bad? Block on certain shit. Remember watching Mo do trips with blow the youngest out that bitch. I was chubby, kinda ugly, with them dread poking out my shit. Quick to riot, that's how I can't got him. Shot came up with that shit in that bottle. It was like fuck school. I don't need.
That's how y'all ride. That's how you ride. That's how you ride. Yes, sir.
USAA is made for what's next. We're helping members catch up by spreading any missed USAA insurance payments over the next 12 months so they can keep more cash in their pockets. Find out more at USAA.com.
Family. So it's all great. I know about who? About mom, by dad? Mom. Okay. So your mom's mom. Patsy Great. Okay. Yeah, I was talking about how these it's a little bit of both. I mean, for the looks of it, you still see people in the bottom. Everybody's still living their life, doing their thing. At the end of the day, everybody making a living. It's not what it's called all the time. I like that. Because the bottom can have a negative connotation, right? Exactly. Yeah. But it's all love. Yeah. It's all love. Yeah. And when I did all of it, evolution, do you remember like when all both sides of the streets were filled with business? Christina's was jumping. And I never get too big, I never get too high mighty where I don't come and visit my people. Right. Exactly. We all been through some stuff, but everybody's somebody. Right. Absolutely. So what's going on over here today? They're having a birthday party. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, here we are today with Ken Gray, aka Lil Ken. I just want to know, what is your first experience of, or your first memory of the bottom, or even knowing about the bottom?
My first memory is when I was younger, riding through with my dad and my uncle Roger. The bottom is family. If you from Loris, you have one family member that bees down there. You know, even your kids growing up, I say, take me by the bottom. You know that's something to say. Take me by the bottom. You know, like that. That's something to say.
That's something that every kid goes say. Like, yeah, and I remember my, even so, me coming through the, when we would come to Loris, I'm from Green Sea, but coming to Loris, every time we came to Loris, I don't remember not one time not going through the bottom.
Right.
Whether we stopped or not, it was all about going through the bottom.
That's it.
For whatever reason, whatever adult I was with, whatever person that was driving, and I was the passenger, going through the bottom.
That's it. That was the thing. You gotta go through the bottom. Yeah. Just like Fowler's. You gotta go to Fowler's. It's the bottom and Fowler's.
Right.
That's it. And,
where you get all the good food.
Yeah, because Christine in the bottom. Yeah. You get your chitlin bowls.
Yep.
Everything like that.
Chitlin bowls was mentioned yesterday in an interview.
Pork chop sandwich. And I don't even eat pork no more, but that's what I know from the bottom.
Exactly. That's from the bottom. The chitlin bowls, the pork chop sandwiches, the chicken bowls, the stewed beef bowls, all of that.
And the sweet tea. Can't forget the sweet tea.
Okay.
Yeah, they got the best sweet tea.
I'm not a sweet tea person.
Oh,
so,
yeah.
I'm from the South, and people say you from the South and you don't drink tea. Yeah, not my cup of tea. No pun intended. But you talked about Miss Christine. She just celebrated 52 years of service.
Wow.
In the bottom, the only and last standing business there. Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah. Do you remember any of the other businesses that were there?
Different people had it, but I remember one time when Corey Moody had it.
Oh, okay.
When I was younger, I was in high school then. probably not in high school, I probably was in middle school.
Right.
But just riding through with my cousin Farrell, and I used to hang with the girls.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? 'Cause
that was smart.
That's how I made it to all the clubs with Bone. And just, I remember when Corey Moody had it, like, that
756.
756. That's when it was jumping. And like I said, I was too young to go in. So I was always on the outside, but some reason, Corey used to always let me in. Even down to when he got to the beach, he'll maybe let me skip the line. And one day I asked him about it, and he was like, man, you may not think about it, but when you do that, it make you feel special. You know what I mean? Because people looking at you now, people noticing who you are. You know what I mean? Because you out the blue, you don't know what's coming. But when he call out your name, everybody looking at Corey as the man because he owned the club.
Right.
So when the owner of the club come outside and yell your name and tell you to come around, people don't know y'all know each other. They just thinking, so now they looking at you like who you is.
Right.
So when you go back to your social media, now you see all these new friends. You know what I'm saying? Like, but it's networking.
Right, it's networking, yeah.
And that was maybe 8 years
showing
ago.
love.
Yes, 8 years ago, and me not understanding, but now I understand it. And you know, like little things like that matters, and it helps out to the community when people think, you know, some people talk down on that, you know, but at the same time that was a grateful thing because it helped me get, like, that was around the time when I'm coming up with the name of Captain Crunch.
Okay.
So when he yelled that out, now it's stuck.
When I say I keep that octane, I ain't talking gasoline. Low cash, baby, you know I got that pack full of yellow beans. I've been through a lot of shit, this shit just make a nigga think. I remember rockin' knockoff, now I rock all neighbors team. Man,
I'm adjusting the climb, break, get my hands on side, spread it out, keep getting designer, speaking Spanish, plugged up on my island. All the cushion with driving, car wash, you just give it to mine, and shorty fan, we digging about it, no.
I met him through my cousin Marcus, another bottom legend. And if you know the bottom, you know Marcus Great.
Marcus Great, yeah.
That's another one that represent the bottom. But him and Bert came by and asked me to ride the bike for him. Actually, it was just to show him how to ride. He wanted to pay me to show him how to ride.
Okay.
So I was like, cool. So the first thing he wanted me to do was show him how to do a burnout. And I know he might not like this. Yeah, but he wanted me to show him how to do a burnout. It couldn't happen. So I was like, all right, cool. So he just happened to leave the bike at the house for some reason. Nice bike, prettiest bike around that I know.
And whose is that?
Bert's.
Okay.
So, and that's the Captain Crunch bike.
Yeah.
So
okay.
I'm saying to myself, like, why did he leave the bike with me and the dude just met? You know what I mean? So a couple days go by and the bike's still at my house. You know what I mean? And
oh, wow.
So I called him. He was like, yeah, I'm gonna come back and learn how to ride. Didn't never show up. So some fellas hit me up about racing. And so me and him having to be talking, and then he mentioned it, you wanna race the bike? So I'm like, no, I ain't racing that bike. You see how pretty that bike is? This is that and the third. So he was like, bruh, I built it for racing. I was like, ain't no way. He was like, yeah. So we went and did a race. We won. We did it. But I was riding before him, like a dude named G out of Table City. I started with his bike. Like, that was the main thing. Him and a dude named Steve Green, they was the main people who basically put me out there to where it brought those people like Bert and the other people to my attention. You know what I mean? All right, so about to get right for the stock wheelbase challenge. Got my homeboy Mark right here with me. You know what I'm saying? So we about to put a stock wheelbase on Tatiana.
Whatever that experience, when you were able to, as on your own, take yourself to the bottom, what was that about?
All right, so well in high school, I used to come through to go holler at Travis and all them, because they used to pay us for basketball games. You know, we do.
Cut. No, I'm just joking.
Hey, I ain't making no more famous off that.
I'm just joking.
But yeah, like that was the thing though, and that motivated us. You know what I mean? Like.
So when you say pay you for basketball games, you play basketball in high school?
Yeah. So like the deal was, if you how many ever threes you make, this how much you get.
Oh, okay. It was almost like a motivation factor.
That's all it was.
Gotcha.
Cause you gotta think about it. These the fellas that play out here.
Right.
And when we come to play, they picking us to play because they want us to play more aggressive people So when we go to school, we good, you know?
Yeah, you're representing the home team.
There you
and
go.
They want y'all to win.
And not just that, they in the stands
cheering
right. And bring that attention again. You get what I'm saying? Like,
right.
that's their city.
Right.
You know, represent everybody putting on together. Like, Lawrence always stuck together.
Yeah,
you
y'all
know?
are very close knit.
Yeah,
I do.
Yeah,
I can vouch
together.
for that. Yeah.
But so my first time actually going there was like on my own, was like after games, before we go to Santino's or something, McDonald's, ride through the bottom, see what's going on down there. Like everybody in high school, that's what you want to do, go hang in the bottom.
You do. It's like a rite of passage, I swear.
That's it. Like you ain't from Lawrence if you ain't never hung in the bottom. That's what you think growing up. So, you know, I hang out in the bottom. Wasn't doing nothing wrong, just being around good people, you know.
Yeah.
And then graduated, went to MMI in Florida, so I was out of the town. Then when I came back, you know, that's when everybody started noticing me with the motorcycles a lot more.
MMI, can you explain to just people who don't understand that acronym MMI?
Motorcycle Mechanic Institution.
Okay, and that's in Florida?
Orlando, Florida.
Orlando, Florida, okay.
Yeah, I went there for 2 years, from 07 to 09. So I got back here in 09. And when I came back here, like, the word was out that, you know, about me going to motorcycle school. A lot of people thought I went to school to learn how to ride. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
But nah, I just went to learn how to work on it.
Yeah, the mechanics of it all.
Mechanics of it.
Okay.
And the whole point of me going to MMI is because me going through the bottom and seeing the people that hang in the bottom spend a lot of money on motorcycles.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying?
I was going to ask you that. Yeah. Thank you.
So,
what motivated you to even be interested in bikes?
Yeah.
I got you.
So like I see my uncles them, they'll spend a lot of money in bikes, and I'm like, man, what can I do with that money? And I'm like, I like motorcycles, so if I can work on it and they just pay me, you know what I mean? Like, it's a win-win situation.
Yes, sir.
So
keep it in the family.
There
That's
you
how
go.
rich.
So that's why I went that route.
Yeah.
I'm thinking, I said I open a bike shop, I ain't gonna have business like that, so I'll force myself to go have to get a job.
Right.
But by me doing it, it turned out to be more than what I thought. Yeah. Where I'm having to push out bikes in the morning time out my dad's garage just to work on one bike, because I got so many bikes in there.
Wow.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, you didn't expect the business to come so fast and so much.
Right.
So fast.
That's right. So at the same time, it got to a point where my name started rising. But me being me, I'm giving deals. Like, you can go to a shop and get this price, but you come to me, you can get it this price. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, it's hurting me because, again, I'm never off. Right. If I'm getting a deal, I need to be the person that gets Saturdays and Sundays off versus the man who getting the full amount and they working on 9 to 5, Saturdays and Sundays off.
Yeah.
So I was getting the worst end. So when I started growing and understanding, then racing more, so racing started paying more than actually working on them. Okay. So it was like, okay, let me fall back from working on it. Cause then now, you in everyone's conversation. You know what I mean? Like, where you talking about racing, everybody's gonna bring up my name. If you're in Lawrence and you talking about racing, they're gonna bring up Ken.
Oh yeah.
So
I was in working in Charleston. I think some people mentioned you or knew who you were. Racing. I was teaching in Charleston.
Yeah. So it's like, it's worldwide, I will say. Like, wee. Everybody love that, you know? They love it. Like, that was a trend we brought around here.
Oh yeah.
You know, so, but it's like people want their own conversations too. So when you racing, they can't talk about that without hearing you. When you working on it, they can't talk about that without hearing you. So like, I'm in everybody's way. That's the way I'm looking at it. Okay. So I say, let me fall back on the mechanic side, because at the same time, we got young mechanics growing up that's trying to do the same thing I'm doing.
What about around here?
There's a couple around here. Well, mostly the older guys that was already doing it, and now the young me coming up. So it's like,
they came out of the woodwork.
Yeah, where before they trying to teach me, but now I'm getting some of the bikes that they used to work on.
Now you're competing with them.
Yeah, where I didn't look at it like that. Like, I look at it like we all doing this, you know, but it didn't work like that. So I gave that side a break and just stuck to the racing.
So is that what you're mostly doing now, racing bikes?
Yeah, just racing.
No mechanic work?
I do work on my own stuff and people I deal with, you know.
Gotcha.
Yeah, until like I get me a shop, get where I can have a 9 to 5 and off on Saturdays and Sundays. That's the only time working on people's bikes.
I got you.
You know, and like right now I'm signed up under a contract with I ride for HTP Performance. I do that. I got sponsored by Shinko Tires. They provide the tires for me for the bikes. Cool. AMS oil, the oil that you put in the bikes, and Western Power Sports. It's a company where you buy parts from us on like dirt bike parts, motorcycle parts, helmets, accessories, and stuff like that. So that's what I'm at today with it. Okay,
that's what's up. That's very interesting. So are you mainly racing dirt bike style bikes, or are you racing mainly motorcycle style bikes?
Mainly motorcycles. Like I just started back with the dirt bike. This is the first dirt bike that I'm really doing as far as racing. Okay. I mostly do grudge racing and XDA racing.
So if we wanted to catch you somewhere, where would, when and where?
Actually, we got a race event next weekend in Maryland. An XDA event. I'll be there from Thursday to Monday.
Okay.
Yeah.
I say I started off when I was like 5, so when Kim was born, I bought him when he was like 4 years old. I used to pick at him. All the other kids riding bicycles, he riding motorcycles.
Yes, even when he was doing his schooling, they had to teach his lesson with motorcycles. One of the teachers came by the house and she said, Ken is having problems, but I noticed if I just tell him something about a motorcycle, he'll get it right then and there. And so from that day on, she learned how to implement motorcycles in Ken's lesson plan. And he came out doing good.
Yeah, he took a little dirt bike, and I don't know, he called himself making a racing bike out of it. Then he bought another bike when he was in Florida and built a garage drag bike. But I mean, he came back home, the guy picked at him, but he was beating everybody with it.
You always dream. He is a big dreamer. And we always tell him, say, well, Ken, that's what you have to do. You have to dream for things. And once you dream it and believe it, it will come to life.
I sent Ken to somebody one time to do some work on the motorcycle for us. He had them on dreadlocks and all. So Ken went and carried himself, so I didn't go with him to take it, but when we went to pick it up, I went with Ken. So the guy knew me and him went to school together. He said, that's your son? I said, yeah. They come from a good family. And he said, now you come back with him. I see. And I mean, the guy didn't never have to tell me that, but he was man enough to say that, you know, he looked at the way he looked and took it as a different way than the way he carried himself.
Because Ken be out here doing all this racing and everything, and it's nobody but the good Lord that's taking over his life. And I thank him for that every day, every day. I'm just gonna pray on it, that it happens.
Riders are
born, not made.
So, dealing with these bikes, I understand that I can do the same thing with this motorcycle that anybody can with baking soda. You get what I'm saying?
Okay.
So, it's a little different, yeah, because it's both of them got odds and chances. You got an odd and chance you can lose. You got an odd and chance you can lose here. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
All right, so I rather them. My goal is to bring the people from the bottom out of town to these races, and then just give you something different. So by me being in the bottom, when I first started hanging down there, it was like I was trying to fit in.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like my friends, like just fitting in. Yeah. I had dreads. I started dreads in high school, had dreads, and it was like, it was 4 years of my life that I think I wasted, because today I don't have nothing to show from then. You know what I mean? Everything I got now came from after that.
Came from the bikes.
Came from the bikes.
Right.
So money came fast, you know, you spend it fast though. When the money come fast, you spend it fast. And again, you still like, and this the thing, it's bad enough you fitting in doing that, but when you start doing that, you fitting in now with the appearance.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying? So
you fit the description.
So everything is all about fitting in. You get what I'm saying? Where I had, like, now that I can look back, I got more opportunities and I think a skill level that a lot of people don't have. You get what I'm saying? So whenever somebody tell you, and I'm talking to the people now, when somebody tell you in the way, take it, sometimes don't look at it as a bad thing.
Get out the way.
Get out the way. Cause some people actually, I hate to say it, but some people actually need to be there more than you. I don't encourage nobody to go there, like far as the street life, because it's a lot of bad come with it. I lost a lot of friends, lost a lot of family members. It's a lot of bad come with it, but some people need to be there more than the others, so you can be in the way. Like with me, I got mom and dad at home.
Right.
Like and by that, you know, people think you got the good life. But a lot of times it be the same. Mine ain't the same because they there for me, but the extra stuff that I wanted that I see my friends with, I wanted that too. But me older now, I noticed that my friends were my age. My friends were 8 years older than me. So I was motivated by older people, you know what I mean? So like, I thought big at a young age. Like where most people 2 years out of high school, they trying to go to City Trends every Friday. Feel what I'm saying? 2 years out of high school, I'm trying to buy a house. You get what I'm saying? Like, I had cars. Like, I had car insurance, car payments. Like, I had stuff people my age wouldn't even, like, they wanted the fun life. I wanted the work life early, so I can have fun later, because my parents had
sometimes you just need to get out the way. When
get out the way.
Get out the way.
Because
I like the way you put that.
It ain't for you, because it ain't for everybody. It just ain't. You can be in the way, and you got to understand it and just take it in and look at it. And then, like, when I say get out the way, it's like you don't necessarily have to
leave friends behind.
There you go.
Or lose connection.
Yeah,
understand what that get out the way means.
Yes,
I get you.
And the people that was telling me that obviously seen something in me, knew I had more potential than that. You know, so whenever they did that, I used it. I went and got a job working on motorcycles.
Right.
Now I own my own transporting company off of somebody telling me to get out the way.
You know, me and Ken, we grew up together. I known him for, I should say, 31 years. His birthday May 22nd, mine the 27th. We always partied together throughout that week, or the rest of that month, shall I say. Hey, what can I say, we've been rocking forever. I've been there since he started on the 50 dirt bike. I'm one of the kids that was on the bicycle. I started out riding a little bit after Ken did, or way after he did, but you know, he was the one coming to school, you know what I'm saying, on the motorcycle. I'm like, damn, man, I got to get me something to ride so we can ride together. It was him and Cool. That's who we missing, Cool. But you know, we had 1 year that we was battling each other. You know what I'm saying? Because when he came home with that bike that he built, you know, I was one of the ones that wanted to try the bike. You know, I don't think we ever got it done though. We never get it done. So he was riding a Plug. That was the fastest nitrous bike from my end. Got me a nitrous bike. You know, I said we got to go ahead and hit this thing off hand to head. Ain't no beef, it was just, you know, we always did it growing up. You know, we never got that off. Once we didn't get it off, I was like, you know what, it ain't gonna never work with us going against each other, so we got to stay together. And right now to this day, it's still me and him versus the world. Versus the world. So, you know, my boy, he doing his thing. He got the sponsors, HTP, the whole Lords, the whole hood, shall I say. He is backing them. I'm backing him. Hey, he love doing what he do. I love seeing him do what he do. And we're gonna keep having fun and making his money off of it too. And we coming back again real soon. Hey, I love him like a brother. His mom, his dad, they always took me in. Like, you know what I'm saying, I'm his boy. I'm sitting on this because I'm the only one out of everybody that got the ride. Besides Ken and Damon. So, hey, that's all I want really. We gonna rock out.
Special tool.
You already know what the fuck going on, nigga. Ginger the motherfucking squad, nigga. Free got him in the pit. Wire and shit, nigga. Gang, gang, gang. I done seen it all, and I done seen these niggas flip. Shout out to Lenny B and JoJo, cause my niggas ain't never flip. I know some pussy ass niggas, all they do is run their lip. I got a chip up on my shoulder, play with Lenny you. I told my main bitch I love her, now I'm flipping on my nuts like my shit. Got a 50 ring, and my chauffeur look like God, I might pull up in the hood.
Like, I can help them now.
Right.
Same person that told me to get out of the way, I can help now.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? Like, I can give them a job now.
Absolutely.
You know? So it's a win-win situation. And they probably happy about that. Talk to them every day.
Of course.
When I get home, you got a job for me, what we gonna be doing? And I tell them all the time, bro, I got one for you, we made it. You know what I mean? You told me just ride motorcycles. And I'm speaking of Bert. Tell me just ride motorcycles, just do your thing. Stick with motorcycles, you gonna make it. And like I said, I was trying to fit in, but now I ride through the bottom, and everybody still, like, just say if I come through the bottom, I'm known as the weed man, right? You get everybody come hollering at you. I ride through the bottom known as the bite man, same thing, people still come holler at me. Sometimes, to me, you get more because a lot of people, just because they hang in the bottom, they don't like affiliate with a lot of stuff. Again, it's a place where family at.
Yeah.
So,
good people.
You know what I mean? So,
good stuff. Good vibes.
You being the biggest dope dealer ain't gonna make you the best person. That's what everybody need to realize.
Right.
Like, that's a lot of kids' dreams though. Like, when I get out of high school, I'm gonna be the biggest, I'm gonna have the most money. Like, and you can't knock them because that's the only thing that's showing them.
It's a sad reality.
So we get them doctors and lawyers to go to them banks because they know they got that good credit score, take out a loan, get about 5,000 out, because you know they'll let you get that without putting that down for collateral. 5,000, come through the bottom, show them your BMW or your Benz you riding in, because you gonna ride clean, because your credit good, you know what I mean? And show these people that, hey, I can go to the mall with this person right here, right? We can both buy a chain. He spent 10,000 on his chain, I spent 10,000 on my chain. He paid cash, I swipe my card. He got to go back and make that back. I just got to pay the bank $120 next month. You get what I'm saying? It's a big difference. And they can do that.
Yeah.
They can do that. They can come and show the kids like, bro, we getting money over here. Cause they getting money.
Yeah.
Like people that's doctors,
the
lawyers,
legit way.
Legit way. But they try to
the long way.
Them the ones who had it though.
Yeah.
They're the ones that I ain't got it, man. Man, you own two businesses, how you ain't got it? Man, I ain't got it. But go to a person that only got $40.
So I can be motivated by that.
There you go. But they hide it.
Lifestyle.
When people get to that point, that's when they don't want to teach. Where you still got these people over here saying, hey man, you put this together, this is how much you make off this. But you got this business person that can say, hey man, get you this truck and this trailer, you can start this. They don't do it. It's like
gatekeepers closing the gate, keeping the gate closed.
There you go. So it just need to be a change, and I'm gonna be that change.
Great interview.
Oh yeah.
I appreciate you being so transparent.
Yeah.
And sharing, you know, your life story and your experience in the bottom and your experience in Lures and being a native of Lures. And thank you.
I represent the bottom, so anything I do with racing, like I put on for my city, Lures, South Carolina. But the bottom is my roots, my culture, where I come from. Like, if you want to know anything about me, or like, if you got a motorcycle, the only thing I'm gonna say, if you got a motorcycle, you want to race, pull up in the bottom, and someone's gonna call me.
For a long time coming home, you got dressed before you leave, so in order to start a conversation, you got to start it.
Yeah.
Coming home with a haircut, it's like people coming up to you, so now you're scared. You don't know what's going on. People talking to you that never, like, think about having dressed for 10 years. You go social, everything you do social coming from you. All right, you cut your hair, now everything is coming from other people, so it's scary at a sense. Like, you don't know what to think, why they want to come and talk to you now. Why is this? So then you got to think back, oh, maybe I didn't look the part for them at that time. Now I do. And I feel like cutting my hair was the best thing I ever did. They were done on my 29th birthday, and I'm 31 now.
What's going on? It's your boy Ken Great, also known as Captain Crunch, at Mr. 60 Foot Shawty. That's Mr. MR 60 Foot 60 FT Shawty, SHAWTY. You can get me on Snapchat at Ken Great also. Come join me on my YouTube page at Ken Great. Again, that's Ken Great. Hopefully merch comes soon. Go from there. But I represent NRG. That's the bike club. You know what I'm saying? Borderline racing. These shirts are for sale. But, you know, we go from there.
Yeah. Feeling like I'm famous. Loco, gotta make it there. Told me I could do it, so I did it. You know. White lights, cameras. In my city now, in my city. Yeah. White lights are shining. White lights are shining. Shining down on my city. Shining down on my city. Lot of cameras are rolling. Lot of cameras are rolling. Watching me from a distance. Watching me from a distance. White lights are shining. White lights are shining. Shining down on my city. Shining down on my city. Now the cameras are rolling. Now the cameras are rolling. Watching me from a distance. Watching me from a distance. Never had nothing, not enough to give. Never had nothing, no, not enough to live. They say ballin' white still in the hood. They say got it, that boy doing good. Rick Ross ballin' on them, make them boys see the light. Come through again on them, make so they see it twice. I just wanna see the light, the ones with the cameras on. Hope you get the picture right, with your camera phone. Loco, you know, I've been chillin' in my own zone, trying to make $1 million before trap make it home. I can make it happen, success could come overnight. Watch me catch a miracle and take off like another flight. Third strike, do right, I catch another bid, homie. Money is everything, who don't want it? This is everything, I got everything on it. Losing ain't an option, I'm on it. The city with me. White lights are shining. White lights are shining. Shining down on my city. Shining down on my city. Now the cameras are rolling. Now the cameras are rolling. Watching me from a distance. Watching me from a distance.
Ain't that damn trouble? Then I got down more than that. Okay, do that.
Shining down on my city. Now the cameras are rolling.
Okay, do that.
Watching me from a distance. Watching me from
My time. Yo, what's the time, yo? I don't know, whatever, man. What you mean, whatever? I'm saying. So you tell me the time before you get, man. You put a price on your shit, man. Don't know whatever, motherfucker. Nah, serious. Yeah.
I put my hand on the Bible and I swear to tell the truth. Everybody that I knew and everybody that was cool, everybody that's around don't really want you to go and get in that position that you supposed to. That's why I'm watching everybody now. I get close to, got them all waiting, trying to figure out my next move. How you making moves? Riding around the city high. Man, I'm making moves in a whole nother city high. Trying to take off and shine like the city lights bright, you know, so everybody see. More food on the table so everybody eat. The past is irrelevant, the future on me. If I fall, we fall. if I ball, we ball, I told y'all. But y'all ain't wanna listen. Now everybody see that this music is religion. Losing ain't an option, I'm winning. Loco.